about when terms of like the phone, use the phone versus door knocking? Which do you like better?
Phone's definitely senior.
Phone's the better one.
Phone's senior because I can talk to more people. Like I used to market my own seminars, right? I would market the seminar for 3 days, and then I would show up in the city. Another group was just marketing the city. I would do a city in 14 days. We were doing seminars in 14 days. They were spending anywhere from 8 weeks to 10 weeks to market the same seminar, which raised their cost. I'm in and out in 14 days because I made 3 days of phone calls that were brutal. Hey, I'm coming to San Antonio, man. Will you give me 5 minutes? This is before anybody knew who I was, right? No books, no kind of notoriety. So they're like, no, don't come by. But see, that was interest. To me, that's interest. No, I'm not interested. Not interested.
So not interested to you is interest.
Well, it is. It says not interested. Not is an adjective to describe interest.
Okay.
Right? So it's a level of interest.
So if someone says they're not interested,
on a scale from 0 to 10, what interest level do you have? None. That is a level.
Right.
Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You with me? A few minutes ago, he didn't know he didn't know he had no interest. At least I'm on it. You see what I'm saying? You get it?
Well, I wouldn't do that. I disagree with that. But I'm not saying reasonable minds get differ. I'm more about hitting massive numbers. I would move on to the next guy.
Well,
the problem I see is with salespeople, a lot of people, they have a fear of cold calling.
Yeah.
So they'll use as an excuse to not cold call, to talk to someone for too long. They know he's not going to buy. They get into casual conversations. They go off to fucking Pluto.
Yeah,
and they don't pick up next call. So that's what bothers me about doing that.
Yeah, well, then they're not trained. Because they shouldn't be having casual conversations. We shouldn't be talking about the weather and sports and politics.
But in the absence of 24/7 supervision, that's what salespeople do. They do.
Well, there should be 24 hours. There should be 24/7 supervision. The phone calls should be recorded. The manager should know exactly what they opened with.
But in the real world, though, that's not. Here's the thing.
In my real world, it's possible.
I know, but
in your real world, maybe it's not. But in your real world, everybody's using drugs. So in my real world, fucking nobody's using drugs, and you're going to set the intention. Hey, I'm calling because I want to get you on this program. That's the reason I'm calling you.
Okay, so
I'm with Grant Cardone.
Let me understand. I understand.
Yeah, hang on a second.
No one's having ineffective conversations in your room ever.
No,
or any company you train.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I said in my real world, where we work, where in Miami, when those guys are on the phone, every one of those calls are recorded.
Right. And everyone's listened to by QC people, every single one.
Management, and they're intervened if they're incorrect. They train every morning. They train every night.
Okay.
They're recorded in their trainings. And they're corrected, and if once they correct, their numbers, their statistics will go up. Mm-hmm. Look, if the program works, the stats should go up. Mm-hmm. Period. Like, just because you're getting training education, and if it's not moving the graph, like what kind of training is that?
Okay.
So we measure everything by a graph. The graph's either going up or it's going down. And if it's going down over and over, then you get to go away.
Okay. So you think that at any given moment in the average sales force out there, salespeople are just always doing the right, even if they train.
I can't talk about the average sales force because I'm thinking about mine. So mine needs to become the model.
Right.
I got guys selling on the phone, like the calls you're talking about, that will make more money than a guy at Goldman Sachs.
Okay.
Selling a $20,000 product.
Right. But listen, in all due respect, buddy, I've trained millions of salespeople.
Millions.
And I have. And I just know, and I've trained all types. And I know that.
How'd you train them, though?
What?
How'd you train them?
Doesn't matter.
From
The point
stage? Yeah, it matters. It matters.
No, it doesn't matter. I've trained in my own business from stage as a consultant. The point is that my opinion is human beings are human beings, and people, the average salesperson, that if you leave them to their own devices, they will tend to stay too long on a call because they don't want to pick up the phone and dial the next one.
They won't make a call, exactly.
No, if you get them to make calls, but they'll still stay too long, so you want to rein them in.
Yeah, but then you would look at, then somebody's not managing that guy because you would look at number of calls, not just calls. Like talk time that equates to nothing means somebody doesn't know what they're doing, right? So it's not, you don't leave human beings up to their own devices.
Well, the thing is, though,
you don't leave them. Like if you
when you have a commission structure, right? You want to obviously create an incentive plan that motivates people. You don't want to disincentivize people, right? So you want to motivate people with certain things. You want to set them up to succeed, right?
I want to make sure they're successful.
Right, you want to set them on and give them the best chance of success, right? So my point is that when I have someone on a phone, when I train them, is that if my belief is that people have a tendency, I think you agree with this, that in the absence of intervention, they'll talk too long to someone who's not going to buy it. That's my belief. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I agree that they would, yes.
Okay, good. So then my point is that, so I try to instill procedures to stop them, to know when do you know, like, because some people, they're just not natural salespeople. I am.
No, nobody's a natural
Okay,
salesman.
well, I was a natural salesperson. I was, and I ran to many over the years. They were naturals, right?
Yeah.
Many aren't.
How many have you run into?
Countless
Can't
people,
count 'em.
countless natural salesmen, and
yeah,
also
yeah.
there's the whole barometer in between, right? The point is that what I always say, even with naturals, even myself, that if without conscious forethought, you'll tend to extend the call longer than you should because you don't want to pick up that phone. And it's like human nature on some levels, psychology.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think people want to avoid, that's why I said earlier, it is the number, it's the volume.
What do you?
It's
you,
getting
you
through.
made fun of her of NLP, right? Neuro linguistic pro. I heard someone say. I just gotta
I
know
don't think much of any gimmicks. Like
NLP gimmick.
yeah, totally. I've never had an NLP salesman work for us. Like
Well, I don't know if there are NLP.
they've never
I
been.
don't know what an NLP salesman look like. It's not.
I don't either. I know guys that are like, hey, I'm doing LM. Good. They never work. They never. They're never.
Have you studied it at all?
No, they're never productive. So we got, I don't know, I think we got 80 salespeople on the phone today. So I got guys keeping stats on people. We're like, hey guys, look, there's no fucking tricks here. The trick is the call. The trick is a good contact. The trick is that they're qualified to buy from us. Then you got to make a contact.
Qualified to buy. They can afford the product. They need the product. They want that.
Yeah,
define qualified.
Yeah. We're talking to a decision maker.
Who has the money?
Has the money and the interest.
And the interest, okay.
And the need.
Okay.
And
so they come pre-qualified to the sales force?
No, not necessarily. But I'm just saying, if you're not talking to qualified people, it doesn't matter, right?
So
I could be talking to Grant Cardone, the decision maker, who is qualified, who has money, but fucking, I ain't making that decision. That's not my decision.
In your, forget your scope, in an average company, right? So you get salespeople, they speak to
I would quit talking about average companies if I were you. I don't know why
when
you
you
keep
train
going back to average. Who wants to be average? Why are you guys studying average people?
Dude, I'm talking about, because if you're training, if you're a sales, I'm talking to you as a sales trainer, not as your own company. You're going into companies. There's an average
I think,
out
Jordan,
there,
that's
buddy.
The problem, though. How many people do you have today on the phone?
At this moment,
Yeah,
10 or 12 people today.
So, like, what I'm saying to you is, what trainers should be doing, is they should have their own environment under control. What's working in their own environment? How many people are actually making money in their environment? You know this as well as anyone. There's a lot of fucking guys out there saying they're this and they're that, and they ain't nothing at home. There's no business. There's no P&L. There's no expenses.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
They're training from this. They're speaking. I referenced this earlier.
I mean, sales trainers, you mean?
Speakers.
Speakers.
Business experts.
Right. Okay.
Speaking experts. Gurus.
Okay.
That are like talking about how to do X.
And they've never really done it
And
for
ain't
themselves.
nobody at home, bro. They ain't no X at home.
Right. Okay.
And so this is really frustrating for me because I was that guy. And I referenced this earlier. I did this from 32 to probably 10 years of my career where I was like, what am I
Speaking
doing?
about stuff you really didn't know about?
No, I knew about it. I was an expert on that topic, but I was not running a business. So I kept making these analogies and comparisons to situations that were useful. They were educational, certainly entertaining, but it was not practical in the real world of making something fit in.
But dude,
Because you're not running a business.
Dude, I've trained millions of salespeople, and in the real world of practical sales training, there are certain things you see again and again at the average company. They're all over the world. Salespeople have typical habits, right? Would you agree with that or no? You don't think there's typical habits salespeople have?
I don't think it's about salespeople. I think it's about people.
Not about salespeople. Okay.
No, what's it got to do with salespeople?
About training. You train salespeople, don't you?
I train people.
You train people.
Right? And that's one of our businesses, right? But like when we're trying to buy a piece of real estate, look, we're not. I'm calling people that are doing. You're doing a deal for $100 million.
All right, wait. You're telling you like more. Let's talk real estate, right?
No. Let's not leave that. Okay, you can't. There's no tricks when I'm talking to a guy on the phone. That phone call I did a few minutes ago. That's $100 million worth of deals. That you can't trick a guy into that. I can't cross my legs and think, okay, that's going to get
You
the
keep
deal.
using the word trick, though. Like, what do you mean trick? I'm confused when you make trick.
There's no gimmick, bro. This is what your viewer needs to see.
it's not
like,
trick.
there's no trick.
Is there
There's no-
strategy?
The strategy is to have a full pipeline.
So this, but what about once you get a qualified buyer on the phone? Is there a strategy then or no?
Certainly, but
What's the
best-
strategy then?
to make contact? To
And
find
once
out what the
once
interest
you
is,
make
to
contact,
determine what the need is,
and then what's
and
the
to
strategy?
fulfill the need.
And then what's the how do you do that? How do you explain? How do you explain that?
You
to
don't.
the
You
guy?
don't explain it. You
don't
tell people what
explain
you want to do. You tell, hey, I want you to buy my product. Okay, here's my product. This is what my product does. This is what my product costs. That should come early, by the way. This is what my product costs. Okay, does it fit your needs? Okay, if everything I'm saying is true, does this interest you? If not today, when? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no trick. You just need to tell people. Just be honest with people, man. I got a cup of coffee. They're expensive. It's stupid, but we provide it for you, right? It's $4. You could do this at home. Do you want it or not? No. Okay, get next. And then I need to get a funnel of people in. I tried the other way. I tried the special words. I tried that thing, looking for that holy grail. And all I'm saying is consistently is like my business didn't start growing until I was like, oh, I need to fix the top of the funnel.
The marketing side. I get it. I understand that.
So if I'm trying to buy a piece of real estate, like that guy was talking
I just,
to,
I think you're a killer marketer, by the way. I really do.
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you,
Let me take my fucking hats off to you.
Yeah.
I think you're an unbelievable marketer. I really do.
thank you.
The way you've built your business on Facebook, and I really do. Tell me about the real estate side of the equation now.
Well, so
Is that really where do you see yourself in the future? Is really the growth towards real estate?
Well, I'll never have a $10 billion sales training company. I will have a $10 billion real estate company. I mean, it's just.
So what's
you just can't get there with training people. Like,
so do you
people don't want to be educated, Jordan. You know that. People don't want to pay. They don't want to do the work for the abs. They just want the abs. They'll eat the diet pill, but they won't do the diet.